I'm Zasha.
And I'm Dominic, and this is the week of September 4th, 2017. There's a new segment for Eagle Eye News called Meet the Admin. Reporters Raymond Ortiz, Nabahi Hickman, and Omar Yilmaz will interview admin to learn more about them. This week, Nabahi Hickman interviewed Dr. D, the principal of SSA.
Fifth year as principal.
Okay, and so what are some parts of your job that maybe most people don't know about?
I do a lot of background jobs. It's mostly about staff, basically staff relationships, and managing our faculty as well as administration. And also there are quite a bit of things that I take care of to report to state or to district. So I guess most of my work is not necessarily known to most of you.
Yeah, and so what of those things that you do would you say is the hardest part of your job?
Hardest part is I love my job. I enjoy my job, and I come here every day with a great enthusiasm and working with you guys. So there's really little about the things that makes me sad, but sometimes I get to deal with some challenging situations where it's usually around conflicts between different people. It could be between a parent, or it could be between two students sometimes, or it could be sometimes staff members that I may need to intervene. But I am really happy that we have a great school community. That those moments are really so little that I am really to be happy here.
So we had a schedule change this year, so now
Yes.
there's 7 classes. So
Yes.
what was the reasoning behind taking academic enrichment out?
Actually, that's a great question. I wanted to explain that to our students as well, so you understand the reasoning. There are many aspects that we decided to go that way. For example, high school students. We had some students who weren't able to graduate on time. Our goal is to have 100% graduation. So if a student is, let's say, they fail a class and it extends their graduation, that's bad for the school, that's bad for the student, and they may not have enough time to recover that credit. Yes, we do have some online programs, but it's usually not enough time to be able to recover on time. So we wanted to give that additional period to, first of all, for our great students who are on track to graduation. Now they can have more opportunities to be able to enjoy in their junior and senior years, or even have less workload in their senior years, right? Because we are not going to mandate juniors, for example, to have 8 periods. They may just go with 7 periods and have academic enrichment still in their schedules. And seniors, they are only required to take 4 classes to be a student here, and they can have other times as just basically blank period, or they may take college credits, they may take other things, they may do other things, they may do TAs. So it gives them much more flexibility in their junior and senior year, because they've already taken more load in their 9th and 10th grade. And then for those students who are struggling or who failed some classes, it gives them opportunity to be able to take additional or recovery classes before it is too late, because really we cannot tolerate not graduating on time. So that was one issue with the high school students. Also for the middle school students, that a lot of students have been struggling, getting failing grades and so on and so forth. So we wanted to give them this additional academic support, which we implemented an iReady program. The name of the course is Computer Aided Instruction, but the content comes from a program called iReady. It has reading and math support. So for our middle school students, there is either 2 or 3 periods a week. This iReady program with this additional period, we were able to offer that. Plus, now we are able to offer middle schoolers more PE. I hope that you guys are enjoying, the middle school students are enjoying more PE this year, because it's more than what we used to have. So it gave us those opportunities. Also, one of the things that we did with this additional period, that for those students who are really struggling, that we may have more opportunities to intervene with them with this additional period. So overall, I think it will help middle school students to have a stronger background, stronger academic background, that they are ready for high school, and then those high school students, they are on track to graduate, and they have more opportunities to expose themselves to different classes, different electives, and have a much more relaxed senior year if they choose to.
That makes sense.
Okay.
So now that we don't have AE anymore, when are we going to be doing assemblies?
That's also another great question. Now that we have lunch period 50-minute long, we are going to start with assemblies during lunch, like the first 20-25 minutes of the lunch when we have assemblies, which is coming up soon. The first one is coming up soon at the beginning of September. We are going to start with an assembly and then we'll dismiss students to the lunch.
Okay.
So 50 minutes will be enough, and I know that there are some times that we need more time. You know, we have Wednesday schedule which ends at 2:25, so it's like hour and 4 minutes earlier dismissal than regular time, right? We already programmed a Wednesday schedule that we can implement, let's say, on a Thursday or Friday. So during those days, like let's say we want to have a pep rally, right? We do for robotics. Those days we are going to have Wednesday schedule on a, let's say, Friday or another day, and then we will have that last hour free to ourselves that we can do school-wide, you know, events, activities. But for regular monthly assemblies, I'm hoping that the lunchtime would be enough, you know, 20-25 minutes that we would take from your lunches and then be able to do assemblies.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting us interview.
Oh, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Miss Ashra is holding a Future City competition for all middle schoolers. Tareem spoke with her for more.
Oh, when and where do you meet?
Well, we meet in this classroom, room 144, and it's on Thursdays.
Okay. What gave you the idea to start this club?
Well, I thought that like for middle schoolers, at least from 6th through 8th, we need to provide some, you know, science, technology, engineering, and math clubs. So I thought Miss Aichi was running one. So I thought, why not? So they can have a huge variety of, you know, choosing what they want. So yeah, that's pretty much. And I like building stuff. I like designing, brainstorming, and I like to see hands-on stuff, you know, going around. But this is why.
What special requirements would you like the members of this club to have?
Well, it will be really wonderful that if they think that they're good at building, communicating, you know, if they're good at hands-ons, like building a city for using recycled materials, they're welcome to, you know, my club.
Okay. Is this club game-based?
It's not game-based. Well, it started with, you know, playing the SimCity, but it's for them to understand how city is, you know, the working, like, for example, like the water, the garbage system, like everything. They need to understand what a city needs, and then it's gone. It's not going to, you know, for a long time. Then we do the research, like this year's idea to build an age-friendly city, so they need to make some research, like what's a city first of all, or what is an engineer, or you know, what's a collaboration. Then we will have an engineer mentor. We don't have it yet, but we will. So this engineer mentor will be coming here and helping us to give feedback, ideas. So it's a really wonderful you know, chance for middle schoolers to attend and see, you know, what they can do.
Take a look.
It's volleyball season. The middle school volleyball team played for their first game of the season. Nabahi Hickman reports with more.
I'm Nabahi and I'm here with Eagle Eye News. I'm a reporter and I'm here with the middle school volleyball coach, Angelica.
Hi, I'm a senior at Soaring Sides Academy.
So, what are the goals and expectations this year for middle school volleyball?
Well, we are trying to win for championships, of course, and there's nothing else to it. Just championships. We need to win it this year. We need to have a banner.
Okay, so do you have any like strategies or new methods to get to your goals?
Well, this year, because we are having tough time scheduling, we have to have high school volleyball girls and middle school girls to have practice together. That's one of the methods. And also, every time they mess up, they have to do 5 push-ups. It might be brutal to people, the viewers right there, but it's very important for all girls to do push-ups, whether it might be military style or not.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, the middle school volleyball team lost to RED last week. Their next game is against ASDB on September 19th.
The SA Eagles football team will host their first game against Nosotros on Tuesday, September 12th at 4:30 p.m.
And Dominic, the Lady Eagles volleyball team will play Southgate here tomorrow at 5 p.m. Please go and support our sports teams.
Of course I will. Also, all juniors, there will be a practice SAT on September 8th. Don't worry, this is not the PSAT, just a practice PSAT. All juniors are required to take 2 practice SATs and 1 PSAT. Miss Mimi will also be holding a practice ACT later in the future if anybody's interested. Dates to this practice PSAT event will be announced at a later time.
Student Council blood drive was held last week. We went to interview the staff of American Red Cross.
Okay. Hi, my name's Sylvia and I work for the Red Cross.
So why are you here today at SSA?
Basically just to get the youth into donating, kind of encourage them to kind of keep it and keep donating after high school too.
So what made you interested to work for the Red Cross?
Basically just since we're everywhere, like we go like national, just different places and stuff like that, so it's not just like local. It's just pretty much you get to travel a lot, just meeting a lot of different people every day.
And is there anything you would recommend for students who take a similar career path as you or in the medical field?
Basically just if you're like compassionate, you know, then knowing what you're gonna do and stuff like that, just keep going.
Well, thank you for your time.
Mr. Bonds is holding a French club for those who are interested in learning a new language. Anybody who's interested in going to Paris should check that out. Reporter Lauren Harper spoke with Mr. Bonds about this new club.
Hello, we're here today to talk to Mr. Bonta about his new French club. Why do you think learning new languages is so important?
Well, today we live in a more interconnected and international world than ever before, and one of the hard realities of that world is that there's not just one language. There are a number of major languages, and French, of course, being one of them. So I thought it would be important to provide the students of Sonoran Science Academy with the opportunity to learn French if they desire.
When and where did you learn French?
I studied French in college many years ago, and as a young man I had a French girlfriend for a while, and as soon as she learned I knew some French, she insisted on speaking just French to me, and so that's how I really picked it up. And I've since then traveled to French Canada a number of times.
What will your students learn in this club?
Well, it'll be more like a class, although not formal with grades and so forth. But for students who are motivated and truly want to learn French, we will start out by learning the basics, just like you would in any other language, how to say hello and this sort of thing. But then progress and learn the grammar. French is a lot like Spanish. So students who've studied Spanish will recognize a lot of it. It sounds different, but the grammar and the vocabulary are quite similar.
What days and times are the club?
We have yet to agree on that. We scheduled the first meeting last Friday, and unfortunately a lot of people weren't able to come, but I've had a lot of students express interest. I will schedule we'll try again next Friday. Not tomorrow, but Friday, well, this is on Monday, right, next week, so it'll be Friday of this week, well, this coming Friday. So anyway, right after school.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
The National Honor Society is offering students to apply, and there are specific requirements for NHS. Reporter Raymond Ortiz interviewed Ms. Hansen for more.
Hi guys, welcome back to Eagle Eye News. My name is Raymond Ortiz, and today I'm here interviewing Ms. Hansen. So, what is NHS?
So, NHS is the National Honor Society. It is recognizing students that have a high GPA, that have done leadership and community service sorts of things, and so that's really what it is, and it's a national program.
How long have you been running NHS?
It's been about 7 years.
7 years.
I've been running it now.
Wow.
Yep.
What does NHS do?
So we do volunteer service projects in the past. Well, we maintain the road up there, San Joaquin. We've adopted, so twice a year we do a road cleanup.
Okay.
We have done various other charity sorts of things in the past. We spearheaded the Be Kind mural that's up in the hallway. We've sponsored families for Christmas, giving them gifts and food and that sort of thing, and food drives and lots of other things. So mostly what we're doing is charity sorts of things, but the current members also have to plan the induction ceremony for the new members, which is usually around October.
So how do you become a member of NHS?
So you have to be at least a sophomore because it is based on your previous your high school GPA. So you have to have at least a year. You have to have a GPA of 3.5 or better. You can't have gotten any in trouble, right? Any disciplinary action against you. And then we'd like to see some leadership experience or activities, clubs, things that you've done that might show leadership or help to develop leadership. And of course, any volunteer service that you have is helpful.
When are the applications due for NHS?
The applications are due September 16th.
September 16th. All right. Oh, when are the meetings for NHS?
Meetings are held on Wednesdays during high school lunch. We're not meeting we don't meet every week, we meet most weeks, many weeks. But it's on Wednesday during high school lunch in my classroom.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Hanson.
Thank you.
Finland has the best educational system in the world.
Does?
Yeah!
Well, that's great, but what does that have to do with us?
SSA has a foreign exchange student from Finland.
She's here with us?
Watch the interview, Dom. What's your name?
I'm Sofia and I'm 16 years old.
Where did you come from?
I come from Finland.
What made you want to be a foreign exchange student?
I thought that I wanted to experience something like totally new, and I think this was a good chance to do that.
How long are you in Arizona for?
I'll be here for 11 months, so till June.
How has your time in Arizona been so far?
I like it here because I've lived my whole life in a really cold climate, so it's nice to be somewhere warm.
Do you like SSA?
Yeah, I do.
Are you going to be a part of any extracurricular activities?
I joined the volleyball team, but I don't know about those.
Thank you. Here's this week's trivia question.
I have keys but no locks. I have a space but no room, but can't go outside. What am I? Keys, dude, I don't know. I don't even want to try and guess. Like, I have no idea. A keyboard. I have keys but no locks. I have a space but no room, but can't go outside. What am I? Screwdriver. No.
Outside.
No.
Your mom?
No.
An insane person.
No.
Wait, what was that? Piano?
Close but not.
What's the thing you It was question.
I have keys but no locks. I have space but no room, but can't go outside. What am I?
A keyboard.
Correct. Good job. I have keys but no locks. I have a space but no room, but can't go outside.
A key? Wait, what?
I have keys but no locks. I have a space but no room, but can't go outside. What am I?
You can or cannot go outside.
Correct.
Frobenius blank.
What? What's the answer?
Thank you for joining us for this video cast of Eagle Eye News.
We hope to see you next week when we discuss about art scholarships, visiting Spain, and the new yearbook.
Until then.
Have a great week.
Wow, just roll over, turn around.
We hope to see you soon. By soon, I mean next week.